Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, we are about to start a multi-part video that's going to be finished over the upcoming weeks and months, and it begins today. Let's talk about this. You may recall about 2 years ago, I made the decision that I wanted to replace the cabinets in the kitchen, and we went to the process. I originally went to Home Depot because they're kind of my go-to company for this kind of stuff. And it turns out that the Home Depot that kind of specializes in cabinets in the area lost their interior designer the day before. Apparently that person resigned and they couldn't help me at the time. So I kind of begrudgingly went to Lowe's. I was already sort of boycotting them because I'd had a couple of bad experiences already. And we decided to go with them just because, you know, that was the option that was available to me. And I went there, I ordered cabinets, everything seemed to be going along well. And then they told me, well, there's a long lead time. You gotta remember, this was kind of in the middle of the COVID thing, and there was sort of a supply chain issue going on at the time. And they estimated 2.5 months to get the cabinets made and delivered, and then they'd be able to get them installed. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I sort of understand. You're telling me up front, you're being honest with me. So we'll go with that. We'll hold off for a couple of months, and hopefully everything will work out. Well, it turns out the delivery date came and went, and never got anything from them. A month went by, 2 months went by. After 2.5 months, I canceled the order. I said, I'm not waiting anymore, because, you know, before that, you know, they were just kind of blowing smoke up my backside every time I'd call and ask what was going on. Oh, I don't know. We can't get a hold of them. They're not answering us, blah, 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 blah. Eventually got to the point where, you know, I got so upset with the representative at Lowe's that he ended up hanging up on me. So I went to corporate, and corporate didn't really do much better. They tried to give me a little bit of lip service too, and ultimately got to the point where they stopped answering me too, and they wouldn't even lie to me anymore. So I canceled the order, and then they decided to ding me for about $3,000 in restocking fees for something that they never delivered. And that was basically the end of it for Lowe's. I will never go to Lowe's again. And that's sort of a recapping of the story of what happened 2 years ago. Well, as you know, my mom passed away about 6 months ago now, and I recently got a nice little inheritance from her, and I know she was really disappointed that I didn't get to get my kitchen cabinets redone. She knew how much I hated the ones that were in here, and so I've decided I'm going to use part of that inheritance to reopen the kitchen cabinet thing again. I'm going to go to Home Depot. Hopefully in the last 2 years they've managed to get a new interior designer who will be able to help us, and we're going to get going with that. So let's go to Home Depot. And of course, these are the kitchen cabinets that came with the house. And I mean, you know, the thing I don't really like about them is they're kind of an off-white color, and they intentionally put this gunk in the little corners here. I think it was supposed to make it look weathered, but I just think it makes it look dirty. And I want the thing to be clean. I want it to be nice and white, and kind of, you know, with the rest of the color scheme here. I have the ultra white on the ceiling, the yellow on the walls here. I also want to get rid of these bulkheads up here. Obviously, when these cabinets were installed, they were designed for somebody who is maybe a little shorter than I am. And so I want to blow out the bulkheads, move the cabinets up higher so that they're up against the ceiling. And we're going to do that all the way around here. And I've just sat down and spent some time kind of drawing up dimensions of everything. So now I'm going to go over to Home Depot, and we're going to pick out some cabinets, and we're going to get going on this. Let's go. All right, we are at the Home Depot, and this is definitely their kitchen cabinet place. Honestly, this looks a lot like what I have in there. And like I said, I don't like this for the same reason I don't like what I have. Yeah, granted, it makes it look like old and weathered, and I do like the glass on there, but, you know, like I said, I just think it makes it look dirty. They got some nice stuff here, but this isn't really what I'm looking for either. I want just kind of nice, plain, you know, white, so it's going to look nice and bright in the kitchen and all that. See, this is more like what I'm looking for. Nice, simple white color. Just brighten up the kitchen. So these are some of the doors that are options here. I actually kind of like that one a little bit, but even there it's got like some of the discoloration in the corner. If I were going to do something like that, I want to make sure that that isn't on this. That's kind of nice too, although it's a little bit of an off-white. I want really almost a bright white on that. See, there's more where it's got the discoloration in the seams. Not into that. I was looking at something over here that I kind of thought was kind of cool. Let's see this one here. That's kind of cool too. It's got a little bit of texture, and you can kind of feel the wood grain in there. That's kind of nice. That would be maybe something I'd consider. And that's just one company. I guess they got multiple companies here. One of the things I also want to make sure is I'm not going to do business with that company that kind of dropped the ball and wouldn't communicate with anyone. It doesn't do me any good if I spend a whole bunch of money on a cabinet and then can't get them to deliver or even take, answer telephone calls. See, that looks dirty. That's just dirty. So that's just dust on there. That's not a problem. That comes off. Same with that. I don't hate that at all. Dove white. See, that's kind of what they call that warm white. It's kind of an off-white to me. It's kind of interesting too. Got a little bit of texture, a little bit of coloration in it. Not looking at any of this. This is their own color. They got all sorts of options for you here, so we're gonna just kind of wander around and see what they've got. Turns out their interior designer is off today and tomorrow, so we'll have to come back next week. Yeah, I know. Just seem to have real bad luck in getting connected up with a interior designer, but hey, at least this time it's just a 2-day delay and not forcing me into the hands of the enemy, right? They got new countertops too here, but I'm hoping I can keep the countertop I have. I really like that, but there's some nice stuff here. I'm actually thinking I probably should have brought my black light with me to see if any of this fluoresces. How cool would that be to have a countertop that fluoresced in a black light? But like I said, probably not seriously considering that at this point. Now, one of the things they were kind of mentioning here is if I'm interested in saving money, that they can refinish the cabinets that I have. And I told them, well, one of the things I didn't like about the cabinets is that they had the grime in the little fittings here, and that it wasn't just discoloration, but it was actually texture. Now they said they could, if we wanted to, they could completely remove all that and refinish the cabinets as they are. But there's also an added issue that I got to deal with, and that is that, like I said, the kitchen was designed with a shorter person in mind. And as a result, they have that bulkhead. So, we're going to be swapping out, pulling out all that bulkhead and moving the cabinets up top, up higher. So hopefully I'll get a little bit more cabinet space in there. And, because we'll have that extra 12 inches up top. And hopefully a little bit more space underneath the cabinet so it won't be so claustrophobic. That's always been one of the issues I had with the current kitchen, is the cabinets are so low to the counter. It just makes me feel kind of claustrophobic. So hopefully this will open up the kitchen a little bit. But unfortunately that means we're going to have to replace them. And like I said, that was sort of the plan all along. I really kind of like this one here. I like the fact that there's kind of the panel underneath it. Kind of provides a little texture, kind of maybe an old world charm a little bit, as opposed to something more plain like this. That almost looks like a picture frame with no picture in it, right? But that's definitely something to look at. The color's good on that. So I don't know, that might be what we go with. Definitely wouldn't be any problem keeping that clean, right? Nice and flat, no crevices or anything to get into. Now, a lot of times, even if you don't like the color, if you like maybe this pattern, but not necessarily the color, they will do, they can do any of these patterns in any color. And so that's always an option too. Now, if we're going to raise the cabinets up, I've got that kind of backsplash that's in the kitchen too. I'm going to have to probably replace that. So I'm kind of wandering around here getting some ideas for that. I actually really like this. I think this is more designed for like a fireplace or something like that, around a fireplace. Although they do have a picture of it here in the kitchen too. So maybe that would be an option. Here's some more like backsplash material, although I expect that this might be for bathrooms and stuff like that. It would still look pretty cool in there. That one there looks pretty nice. I think that would be a good combination with the dark cabinet or the dark countertop. I don't know, it's times like this I wish I had my mom. She has a real eye for this kind of stuff. It might be one of those things I got to put up to a vote again to my viewers, like I did with the kitchen and the guest bedroom, or like I did with the guest bathroom and guest bedroom. That almost looks like a bathroom tile, so nope, I don't think so. I kind of like that too, but that would clash horribly with what's there. The white cabinets and the kind of dark color on the countertop. No, I don't think so. That one there isn't too bad though. And one of the things I also kind of want to do at some point is I want to replace the cabinet in the guest bathroom. Now, that's something I think I could probably do and just get something off the shelf like this. Yeah, because it turns out the cabinet that I have in the guest bathroom, it's got the same kind of ugly finish on it that the kitchen does. So I want to just find something that's not like that. That's beautiful. That's like oak and stuff like that, but that's not exactly what I'm looking for. I'd be looking more for something like this. And this would be something I could install on my own here. Probably just use the same platform that they use for the existing one. Those are, that's not wall cabinets. Those are like cabinets for the floors. You put something on top of. But like I said, that's a project for another day. But it is good to know that they've got this here. And the beauty of that is the Home Depot near my house. I could just go get that and pick that up on the trailer, bring it home, so I don't have to come all the way over here to get that. All right, I'm back from Home Depot. I got some good catalogs. I got kind of a better idea where I'm going with this. Was a little disappointed that the interior designer wasn't there today and wasn't going to be there again tomorrow. And I started thinking a little later that, oh gosh, I hope this guy just isn't out every day on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's going to make it hard to meet up with him if he's off on the same day as I'm off. But turns out I talked to the guy that was there and he says, no, this guy has different work days every week. So I looked into his schedule. He's going to be there Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday and next week. So we'll take a trip down to Home Depot again next week. Hopefully get this whole process started, and maybe we can do something real quick to get rid of these ugly kitchen cabinets. So anyway, I think that's all that I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.